Okay, we're starting. Thank you. Let's just start. Get on with it. Let's see. Stay close. Stay careful. We're close to the end. Let's see. It was then that. Huh. Let's see. Wait, what's his name again? Stir. Was the next to speak. I'm not too sure about that, sir. Like I said, in that an uneasy voice. Although heard that Chromish was supposed to be understated about danger. Golga supposed Ashmaker was more Zetin in that regard, and Chromish in that regard. When he saw danger, you could tell easy when he thought the situation was bleak or dangerous. It was bleak and dangerous, and/or. Is that one of those things you're not supposed to put in a novel? Like I said, rules. People break these rules all the time. Famous writers. Be short with the dialogue. Be concise. Lord of the Rings is people talk for pages at a time. In fact, it's usually like it's like the bulk of the book is dialogue, as far as I can tell. Gene Town is bleak or dangerous. What's the situation? Golga asked Ashmaker. Looks like lots of guys are coming from the woods around this place. A lot more than we expected. A lot more than we expected. How many? Golga asked. Several hundred at least. Ashmaker replied. No idea where they all came from. Maybe there's a second base on this island. Could they have come? Could they have come from boats? Golga asked himself. He wondered how far off the nearest island garrison was. But it had been only been less than an hour since the fighting started, and the nearest island had to be farther than that by boat. This wasn't some island chain where there were dozens or hundreds of little islands dotting an expanse of sea. Let's see. Dotting a sea. This one's some island chain where there are dozens or hundreds of little islands. The nearest island was at least 40 kilometer away. Let's see, 50 kilometer. I have to delete that whole paragraph. It turns out that I'm not being accurate. Nearest island. Nearby islands. Damn English. Telling me away. No idea. Wherever they came from, They're here. Ashmaker, last mention. Boy, this was not a productive day, but so far, blast the hell out of yesterday. I didn't even get any writing done for the first part of my day. Because I had so many notes, and the email, I kept trying to send the notes in the form of an email from my iPad, but it won't work, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way and like cross things off as I went on the iPad, which is slow and tedious. Let's see. Golka. It's less slow when I'm on vacation, though, because I use an older version of Word on that computer that doesn't have the convenient find and replace feature this one does. You know, you can go up and down with this one. With that one, you can only go one. You have to manually select which direction you go when you're looking for something in the file, and that's just absurd. It's absurd how bad that feature is. Wherever they came from, they're here. Golka muttered. Perhaps they just teleported here. Golka thought. And thinking of teleportation made him think of that person, infamous, quite famous for teleporting. I'm thinking of that person quite famous for teleporting. Dominique Richington. Teleporting around. Could Dominique have gone to the other side of the island to deal with some hidden base on her own? Is that why she had vanished so abruptly? If so, how come she didn't? There's no explanation for her disappearance or for leaving. She didn't say anything. Could the enemy have somehow hidden a base even from her, with her assortment of powers? Mind powers, yes. Telepathy, telekinesis, remote viewing, mind reading, memory erasing, possessing people. Let's see, burn through a lot of their powers. Is Dominique behind them? Chasing them? Toward us? Golka asked. Let's see. Did I call him Mike by accident? I don't know. Sometimes when I have some guy who's real good at killing people, I just associate him automatically with Mike, who's the character that I most associate with very violent, bloody incidents. It's kind of his specialty. It's kind of like one of those protagonists of video games, you know, the guys who, in first-person shooters, the guy who kills 1,000 bad guys all on his own, or with just minimal amount of help. It's a little different these days, because, you know, now these days, it's like that Call of Duty, you fight as part of a team. But you still do most of the fighting. I played those games, I know what they're about. Your character is definitely the big hero. Let's see. Of course, just having a Terminator as a protagonist would be boring. So Mike has more to him than just mowing down 1,000 bad guys at a time. Well, not at a time. He's a freaking mortal man, so. Let's see. Is Dominique chasing them towards us? Golka was imagining a sheepdog herding sheep. He had seen Donnie do things like that. He had heard of, let's see, is her name, what, did I keep calling her Vert by accident? Vert is not her name. He had heard of Dombey doing things like that in the last war, where she would, using her attacks to herd the enemy force where she wanted them to go. Well, where they could be surrounded and destroyed or captured. The enemy. No Dombey, sir. No Dombey, sir. Ashmaker replied briskly. Replied quickly. Right, quickly. She's still missing in action, as far as I can tell. Great. Orko muttered. Goga thought of the mission. Our mission is to wipe out this island. So we kill those. So we fight these men, attackers. Goga ordered. Use up whatever remains. Use up your powers. Whatever you have left. Whatever energy you have left. We're commandos. We're commandos. So after the Jade are gone, we should be able to handle whatever minor troubles remain on the island. The Jade are the only threat to us on this island. Right, yes sir. The one replied. Who could reply, did so. Well, I headed up. Go checked in with Ashmaker a minute later. There, via the radio. He seemed to be the man who had his eyes on the trouble. Now, what are they doing? Are they coming into the base? Goga asked. No, sir. They're holding back. Like they're waiting for something. Maker replied. Got us. Could they be waiting for another superhuman? Goga thought. It was possible. For a superhuman? Wonder what tricks they have up their sleeves. Goga muttered. Goga got his answer. Some moments later, some helicopter. We heard some helicopters coming about the base. They were... Goga got to then ask Ashmaker to type. He got to some window on the 3rd floor and checked with his own eyes. It was like those copters knocked out earlier. Turned from the dead. They were a pair. It was a Desuka. Attack cop. Ducerka. Yes, thank you. Ducerka. The Ducerka attack type. Loaded with missiles. Rocket and missile launchers. There were... One was a jerk. The other was some scouting copter. Recon copter. Modified a bit for combat. Having more armor and more armaments. It had a single small 6-barreled rocket launcher on the underside, its underside, as well as a light MG on the door mount, manned by a man in a full armor suit. There was a door gun on the Ducerka as well, but strangely, nobody was manning it and the door. And the big metal door there was sealed shut. Let's see. Golga then ran into the electrokinetic. She was coming down from the stairs to the roof. She had not spent much time up there. Since it would have she would have made due to snipers, due to the risk of snipers. That looked alright. It was a bit bruised and bloodied. But looked alright. Alright. Considering the number of enemy forces she had battled. She looked pale. She looked pale and tired. Bags under her eyes. And sweat about her skin. Her visible skin. She was carrying let's see, AK-47 in her hands. A clear sign that she was worried about that her energy would dissipate, that her power would vanish, and she'd be left just an immortal woman for a time. Hello, sir. Benna said. Nothing. There's an army coming to this base. I replied. The fight is barely half over. My eyes unease with fear then. Before she could reply, Velka grumbled. Spoke again. Before she could reply, Golga asked, Where is your mentor, Dominique Richington? He's supposed to be here. I have no idea, Benna replied. It's like she's just abandoned us. But that's not like her. Plenty of people that abandoned by dummy. Velka replied. I've never heard of her just leaving people high and dry like this. At least not on mission. When she's part of some military of an actual mission. I guess she always has an explanation when we see her. Brenna replied. Brenna didn't sound a slight bit angry too. Golka. Didn't sound a slight bit angry to Golka. Didn't sound a slight bit angry to Golka. Golka wondered why that was. And she had been betrayed the worst of all. And betrayed the worst of all. A pupil is not supposed to be abandoned by her teacher. Let's head back downstairs. Golka said. Dami's just going to leave us. We might have to abandon the fight. Perhaps she'll come back on her own, finish what we started. Brenna suggested. Steal all the glory? Golka asked thought. Dami was not. Steal all the glory. No, that's not characteristic of him. That's fine. When we get a step closer ending the war. At the end of the day. End of today. Might as well just step closer to ending the war at the end of today. Golka muttered. Golka first then saw himself standing atop some steep hill. And before him was the great mountain that was the war. Bigger. That was the war ahead. Bigger than a continent. Bigger than a whole country. With a peak scratched space itself. So, with snow and with white mist and snow at the highest peak. Did you folks know that aqua is the Latin word for water? It's a neat little word, isn't it? I'd consider using that instead of water, but you know. Water has a lot of useful subwords like watery, waterlogged. Waterfall. Now I must admit Aquafall sounds kind of cool in an alt-worldy kind of way. Boy, I missed Diet Pepsi. That was one of the fun parts of the shopping trip yesterday. Not like a shopping trip like a Valley Girl from California would have. It was my kind of shopping trip. Grocery shopping. Let's see. Okay, folks, better sign off here because my internet is shit, and the longer these videos go, the longer it takes YouTube to upload them, and more often than not, it doesn't do it well, so sometimes it just clicks out for some reason. Anyway, have a nice day. See you.